Richard, what do you think about the charge that Mikel Arteta has created an Arsenal team that are more solid than spectacular? Granted, without Odegaard at the moment, and Saka was missing this evening, but at games like that, they're maybe not sweeping aside teams, and you end up with situations like the last few minutes there where they could have been pegged back.
Yeah, I mean, in that first half there, it looked like they could have scored 4 or 5, and then we're talking a different sort of story. But they are a solid team. I think they're struggling to come to terms with the level of this competition matched with the Premier League and trying to keep that intensity going all the time. So it's almost like a pragmatic way of getting through the season. The early part of the season is to be solid, to use the squad a little bit more, and just to keep picking up results. And he says there that any win in the Champions League's a big win because the teams are so good, and if you're not 100% that, they can take advantage of it. So Arsenal have done all right so far. I don't think they've been at exciting best, but I think it's still early in the campaign for them, and as it grows, they will grow.
Are they pacing themselves, Brian? Do you think that's the case with Arsenal?
I would think so. I think they'll be conscious of last season, obviously, where they dropped off a bit towards the end, where they had led for most of the season in the Premier League. It's a big step up for them to try and maintain the two competitions. But look, they'll be good enough in this competition. It's whether they're good enough to make the top 8 and avoid those 2 extra games, which could be vital to them, given how many of the players are involved in international football, as well as all the competitions they have to play in, and will generally be there and thereabouts the end. And they're also already missing key players. Like Timber has played very little, missed most of last season after they signed him. Kieran Tierney is now signing him playing. Tomiyasu is another one. You mentioned Saka not been involved either tonight. Odegaard, such a key player. So they're handling that stuff and trying to manage the minutes of players while keeping a very strong team on the pitch. So it's a bit of a learning process for them as well. But I think the biggest ambition is to win the Premier League. This competition has to be a major target for them. But I think, given how close they've come in the Premier League last couple of years, they'll want to keep a little bit for that as it comes towards the business end of it from Easter on.
What will be their attitude then to facing Liverpool, who've set the standard this season in the Premier League? Will it be a case of, again, let's be solid, let's stay in the pack, let's stay in the race, or will they be looking to put in a bit more of a statement performance themselves?
No, I'd imagine they will have looked at the week and prioritised the Liverpool game as being the bigger game of this week. I think there might be a couple of players coming back. I'd imagine Saka might be fit maybe again to come back in and play. But I don't expect Arsenal to go gung-ho in any games without Odegaard, certainly. I think when he comes in, he gives them another dimension in terms of he can open opposition teams up. I think without him, they have to be a little bit more sort of basic in their attacking options, and set pieces has been vital for them so far this season. And I think they would look at the Liverpool game, and if they can get away with a 1-0 win or a draw even, that may not be the worst result for them.
A draw might be great for them at this stage of the season, given they've already dropped points in 3 matches. And losing the match to Bournemouth at the weekend was a bad game to lose. Now, it's still early enough in the season that you get a rhythm, but they can't afford to lose another match. And kind of Liverpool and Manchester City getting away a little bit. It's hard to make up ground on Manchester City.